Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have The Muppets. Not the Muppet movie. This is The Muppets from 2011. This is sort of the revisiting the nostalgic, revisiting to the Muppet mythos, bringing back the Muppets together in a modern era, which has pretty much forgotten them. And the movie makes no bones about the fact that the Muppets are no longer in vogue. They're not the popular, hot thing right now. There's even a studio executive that points that out to them when they try to get a celebrity to try to raise money to save their theater where they all started out. They show them a chart of what's popular, like in the Target, and then they roll the ends of the graph all the way out, and you find the Muppets way out here. Nobody cares about the Muppets anymore. And so the writers, Jason Segel, who also stars in this, is Gary, alongside his Muppet brother, his unofficial Muppet brother. Why can't I say his name? Walter. Walter. Jason Segel, when he co-wrote this, they're very, very much aware that they're no longer the hottest ticket. But this is a movie all about nostalgia. This is all about going back and connecting with this. It's like a kind of a dream job. If I had the power in Hollywood at the time before this was ever made, and I was going to say, what kind of project do I want to work on? I would have said, let me make a Muppet movie. Let's get the rights to make a movie with the Muppets, even if it's a 10-minute short for the web, just so I can stand alongside Kermit the Frog, make out with Miss Piggy. I don't know. Tell some jokes with Fozzie. It's all those things. I would. Ugh. There was a point where, again, you have to understand, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and there was a time when it's still a question that I'm not really sure of, which way I'd go is if I had a choice to meet Kermit the Frog or George Lucas. I'm not sure which one I'd want to meet more. I kind of would want to. Kermit has a lesser chance of breaking my heart, I think, because he's a puppet. He's a Muppet, yes, but he's very much real in my heart. So, yes, getting back to the movie. It's got all the elements of the original Muppets. It's calling on all the tropes of. Again, the Muppets and the cast, the characters, the writers, they're all make it very much aware that this is a nostalgia vehicle, and that this is they're aware that they're in a movie in a sense. Sometimes they call out to it every once in a while. Amy Adams, by the way, plays Jason Segel's girlfriend, Mary. It's Mary and Gary, and they live in a small town, middle of America, USA, and they're traveling with Walter to Los Angeles. They're going there for their romantic anniversary dinner and adventure. But Walter wants to go just to see all the Muppet stuff. He's sort of a third wheel who tags along. And Walter's very much people like me, like who grew up with the Muppets and, like I just said, fantasizes about meeting them and working among them and being among them. Except in his world, the Muppets are very much real. I know they're puppets. I'm a grown man. I know this. But there's no cynicism in this movie. There's sarcasm. There's a bit of attitude, and again, they understand they're in a movie, and they understand that the certain tropes have to apply to a story like this. And when the certain tropes rear their ugly heads, like right from the beginning, Walter overhears a plot by Statler and Waldorf bring in Mr. Richmond, who's played by Chris Cooper, who plays a great villain, and he's there because he wants to buy the Muppet Theater, the Muppet Studio, so that he can drill for oil underneath it, which is just goofy. And there's a clause in the contract, that the rich and famous contract that Kermit signed in the first movie, that that says that if you don't have enough money to keep the thing alive, you have to come up with $10 million by midnight in a week or something like that, he's not going to be able, they'll lose the name, the Muppets, as well as the studio and everything else. And of course, so it's a ticking clock. It's it's a montage. There's montages. It's a road movie. It's all about bringing the Muppets back together and realizing who they are together as compared to who they are apart. And it's Walter and Gary, Jason Segel, along with Mary, Amy Adams, all discover what they mean to each other through all this and what's most important to them. And should Walter be part of the Muppets? Should Gary be focusing more on Walter than Mary? What's most important to each of them? So yeah, there's a lot of emotional conflict there, and a lot of it's brought out by the very non-cynical, just very open musical numbers. The opening number, everything's good, everything's happy, it's a wonderful day kind of thing. Singing and dancing, it's all very surface. But then you get to the big centerpiece song in the turning point in the middle of the film, where both Walter and Gary are questioning who they are. Are they a man or a Muppet? And who are they trying to be? And what's most important to them? And it's a big, rain-drenched at pianos, looking in mirrors, emotional moment, but it's also hilarious. So it's the movie hinges on some big musical numbers, just like the original did. It's never going to compare to the original. It's not meant to. Jason Segel and the people who created this knew that was a bridge too far. But what the best they could do is to show their love for the Muppets and do it justice, and I think they did a great job. I really enjoy this film a lot. There's just great funny bits, a callback to the old days, but also reflect upon the modern era of comedy and movie making and everything else, and what it means to be a celebrity, and what happens when you're not so much of a celebrity anymore, and what do you do about it? Can you save the theater? That old trope in time. And even if you don't, does it matter? As long as you have each other. So, maniacal laugh. That's one of my favorite parts. Chris Cooper. He doesn't have a maniacal laugh. I'm sure it was in the script somewhere, just to say maniacal laugh, and he just says it, and it works. So, but yeah, there's tons of fun to be had with this. Maybe your kids won't like it, but if you grew up with the Muppets and you haven't seen this one yet, check it out on the Disney Plus. On Disney Plus. I'm starting to call Disney Plus my thing. Never mind. Sorry. It's a good time. I hadn't seen this in a while, and I was really happy to check it out again. I'm waiting for the original Muppet movie to come up here in the random search, so we'll see. I'm happy to. I know all those songs by heart. Seriously. So it's brought back a lot of good memories, and this is probably one of my favorite Disney Plus Everyday Challenge episodes that I got to do, because I can't get enough Muppets. I'm a weirdo, and that's all right. All right, let's check tomorrow's Disney Plus Everyday Challenge selection. 249. What do we got? Come on. Zoom in. 24. Oh, we already had 249. That was Hounded. I had that not too long ago. I wondered if this seemed familiar to me. All right, let's try it again. 371. Just so you know, I just want to show, so you know I'm not making stuff up. 249 was Hounded. Day 93. So 371 is what we're looking at. Oh, it's a classic, but unfortunately it's a Christmas classic. We're doing Christmas again. It's February, people, and it's 70 degrees out. It's Miracle on 34th Street. 371. Hey, if you don't want to watch tomorrow's episode, you can just save it for Christmas time. But I'm going to highly recommend you watch it with me to just curl up under a blanket with hot chocolate, depending where you are in the world. Here in California, it's not so cold. But yeah, Miracle on 34th Street, the Christmas classic, on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.